Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone that rule well. And peace and salutations to the elect of Israel. To you I say Shalom. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the flock of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. And, this is crazy times that we're living in, man. But it's a beautiful time, too. We're starting to see, this place unravel, man. This place, completely, we're starting to see the bottom of the circling of the drain of this place, man. All right, so this is an article trying to debunk a theory that came out on a so-called theory. It came out on a message board called 4chan. Now, 4chan is a message board where multiple people could just write random things, man, whatever their heart desires, man. All right, but sometimes it's BS or sometimes it's factual, man. There's a lot of truth in 4chan, but there's a lot of BS too. You really gotta, spit out the bones in that place, because you really can't prove who is who on that place. But all this is coming into an end, man. All right, so this is claims Facebook, or Facebook changed their name to Meta recently, and Facebook owns Instagram and WhatsApp, I believe. So it claims Facebook developing AI to reanimate deceased users' bunk, but cast light on deepfake advancements. Right now, you're starting to see viral clips of celebrities' voices being used on regular people. You're starting to see viral clips of deepfakes being used by regular people, man. So pretty soon, they're gonna use this to say, okay, this is getting out of hand. We need to prove who is who in order for you to use the internet. This is all to push, ultimately, the MOTB, but also to push that digital identification, man. All right, but that word reanimate, if you go into the definition, reanimate is to animate or become animated again, such as to bring someone or something back to life or to come back to life. All right. So according to this post that I just showed, this is what the man, as a user that claims to work at Facebook or so-called Meta, or that Metapon, so he claims that there's a project, although claims of Facebook's Project Lazarus are almost certainly 4chan disinformation, and that's a popular term they've been using recently, ever since 2020, man. All right, any news that came out that went against the agenda, they labeled it as conspiracy theories or disinformation or so-called medical misinformation, and take the videos down, man. So when you see major publications, push articles using the word disinformations or conspiracies, so on and so forth, that means there's a little bit of truth in that, or at least a little bit of truth in what they're trying to disprove. All right, the whistleblower emerged just a day before Meta announced the public release of its large language model Meta AI, also known as Llama, competitor to OpenAI's GPT-3. Now, if you haven't heard of GPT, it's basically AI, where you ask it a question and you tell it to do something and it does it. You'll basically log into the site, say, write an essay about inflation, and it'll write an essay about inflation. Or I haven't seen Eve at my plantation say, she told it, write a Valentine's letter to my boyfriend, and it'll do it, man. All right, this thing is AI. This thing is pretending to be as human as possible, man. All right, but it's through at the end of the day, because you really can't fake the spirit, man. But there's a lot of people, there's a lot of idiots out there that will fall for this shit too, man. All right. But let me go into the Project Lazarus, all right? Because Edom isn't dumb when it comes to the scriptures, man. Scripture talks about how he's wiser than Daniel. That's not only in his left-hand side, but in knowing the scriptures too. The problem with Esau Edom is that he lacks faith when he reads the scriptures. So he doesn't think that, he actually believes that he has a chance to stand toe-to-toe with Yahweh Shem Yahushai. This is why he's going to get cast down and thrust out, man. Thrust out of heaven, I should say, because he's going to go to war in the heavens using the space force. But this is when he's gonna get his ass whipped once and for all, man. All right. This is John chapter 11. I'm gonna go into Lazarus real quick. I'm gonna read around. I'm not gonna read the whole account. This is John chapter 11. I'm gonna start at verse 11. These things said he, and after that, Salakia, and after that he saith unto them, our friend Lazarus sleepeth, but I go that I may awake him out of sleep. Then said his disciples, Lord, if he sleep, he shall do well. Howbeit Yahushua spake of his death, but they thought that he had spoken of taking a rest in sleep. All right, so the Lord spoke in parables quite often, man. But the majority of the time, the disciples didn't get it, so he had to break it down. All right, but this is one of the times too. All right, verse 14. Then said Yahushua unto them plainly, Lazarus is dead. All right. Basically, he had to say it flat out, man. And the Lord was close to Lazarus, man. All right. I'm gonna jump down to verse 17. Then when Yahushua came, he found that he had lain in the grave 4 days already. So not only was Lazarus dead, but he's been dead. He's been passed away 4 days, man. I forgot what it's called. Rigor mortis are already kicked in, man. After a certain amount of time, rigor mortis kicks in, where your body becomes stiff, man, and your body begins to decay, right? So it doesn't take 4 days for that to kick in. It'll take several hours, man. All right, actually, let me Google that. I believe it's 18. I could be wrong though. Oh, rigor mortis appears approximately 2 hours after the death in the muscles of the face, progresses to the limbs over the next few hours, completing between 6 and 8 hours after death. Rigor mortis then stays for another 12 hours and then disappears. All right, let me go into that word rigor mortis. Stiffening of the joints and muscles of a body a few hours after death, usually lasting from 1 to 4 days. Or it's a spirit. All right. So because Lazarus was past 4 days. All right, rigor mortis was translated from Latin stiffness of death. That word mort. Anytime you see that word mort, that means death, man. So rigor, yeah. So rigor means stiffness or tough. Stiffness of death, man. All right, let me jump back to the book of John. John 11 and 17. Then when Yahushua came, he found that he had lain in the grave 4 days already. Now Bethany was nigh unto Jerusalem, about 15 furlongs off. And many of the Jews came to Martha and Mary to comfort them concerning their brother. Then Martha, as soon as she had heard that Yahushua was coming, went and met him, but Mary sat still in the house. Then Martha said unto Yahushua, Lord, if thou hadst been here, my brother had not died. Right, so low key, that in a way they're blaming him for his death, man. Like if you were here, he wouldn't have died, man. All right, but I know that even now, whatsoever thou wilt ask of the Most High will give thee. Yahushua said unto her, Thy brother shall rise again. Martha saith unto him, I know that he shall rise again in the resurrection at the last day. All right. Again, that's also a reincarnation right there too. All right. Verse 25. Yahushua said unto her, I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. Believest thou this? All right. That's why the scriptures say also that there be some of us today that won't taste death, man. Roughly paraphrasing, man. And that's powerful, man. That means the Lord is really capable of anything, man. And it's a beautiful thing, man. If you believe that even if you're dead, you'll come back, man. It just takes faith, man. That's faith, the grain of a mustard seed, right? And that's not much to ask when you really think about it and consider the size of a mustard seed, man. All it takes is really, at the end of the day, faith, man. All right. She saith unto him, Yea, Lord, I believe that thou art the Mashiach, the son of Yahweh, which should come into the world. And when she had so said, she went her way and called Mary her sister secretly, saying, "The master is come and calleth for thee." As soon as she had heard that, she rose quickly and came unto him. All right. I'm gonna jump down. I'm not gonna read this whole account because there's a lot. All right, let me jump down to 32. Then, when Mary was coming where Yahushua was and saw him, she fell down at his feet, saying unto him, "Lord, if thou hadst been here, my brother had not died." Wherefore, Slakia, when Yahushua therefore saw her weeping, and the Jews also weeping which came with her, he groaned in the spirit and was troubled. Right. He was vexed, man, because, he had love for you, Lazarus, man. And Yahushua was an austere man, right? So to see him like this knows, it shows that how much love he had for Lazarus, man. Verse 34, and said, "Where have ye laid him?" They said unto him, "Lord, come and see." Verse 35, Yahushua wept. 36, then said the Jews, "Behold how he loved them." All right, that's not just when it says Yahushua wept, that's just not like tearing up. He truly wept, man. Let me see, go into the word wept, see if it expounds. To weep, to shed tears. Con. Verse 37. And some of them said, "Could not this man which opened the eyes of the blind have caused that even this man should have not died?" Yahushua therefore groaning in himself, coming to the grave, it was a cave, and a stone lay upon it. Yahushua said, "Take ye away the stone, Martha, the sister of him that was dead. Saith unto him, Lord, by this time he stinketh, for he had been dead 4 days." All right. Because, after the rigor mortis, the body starts to decay, man. Verse 40, Yahushua saith unto her, "Said I not unto thee, that if thou wouldest believe, thou shalt seest the glory of the Yahweh?" Then they took away the stone from this place where the dead was laid. And Yahushua lifted up his eyes and said, "Father, I thank thee that thou hast heard me. And I knew that thou hearest me always. But because the people which stand by, I said it, that they may believe that thou hast sent me." And when he thus had spoken, he cried with a loud voice, "Lazarus, come forth." John 11:44, call him like about Shai. And he that was dead came forth, bound hand and foot with grave clothes, and his face was bound with a napkin. Yahushua said unto him, "Loose him and let him go." Right? So that's basically the reanimation of Lazarus, man. And this is why, the elite, they use terms like this, man, to hide, not to hide, but to basically show the truth in plain sight, man. All right, so let's go back to this Facebook claim. And this is the post from 4chan, right? But I got it enlarged here. It says the post, as this is 4chan, so it's an anonymous post. But it shows you the IP, not to show you the IP address, but it shows you the country of the IP address, which is, it shows you the stars and stripes, man. It says, "I am a meta insider working on Project Lazarus. We are building an AI that can take over a deceased person's social media account and continue making relevant posts as if that person is still alive. This includes age-progressed photos, interacting with other people's content, and everything else needed so that person continue on in the digital realm after physical death." All right, this is this is ultimately the Matrix 2, right? People are going to be so consumed by the digital world, it's going to become their reality. So they're going to be interacting with AI, and AI is going to be responding to them, liking their pictures, even showing pictures of them aging, even might have them showing pictures of them having children, man, and the children looking like them too. And people are going to believe it, man, because they're going to be so consumed into the digital world, they won't be able to decipher it from reality, man. All right. Continuing on this post, we were originally told this would be a service offered to people struggling with the loss of loved ones and people who had missing children, right? Because That's what Esau does, man. Esau will tell you that this is for your own good, but it really is not. This is why the scriptures teaches us, not to accept gifts, man. Because, gift destroys the heart, man. The heart really going into your mind, man. You think you're doing something beneficial for somebody going through pain, but the whole time it's really turned into a weapon. It's like social media. On the surface, social media is a beautiful thing. How you can interact with people all across the four corners of the earth, man. No matter what language they speak, you could translate. And you can learn about things going on locally in other nations, things of that nature. But in reality, it's been turned into a weapon, man, because it's ran by the wicked, man. All right. Continuing on in this post, it seemed like a decent idea. Things are getting weird now, and I'm having second thoughts about what this actually is going to be used for. The AI is extremely capable of impersonating people. It doesn't take as much initial input as one might think to train the AI how a person interacts with the digital world, right? And there's this theory that there's a supercomputer actually named Tyler in a city called Tyler, Texas, where it feeds it data, basically data about people, via social media posts, the ads they watch, and so on and so forth, to train it how to respond. This is why sometimes when you're viewing, scrolling through your phone, you'll see an ad that you were thinking about. Now you don't even have to talk about it. It's because now the algorithm is so advanced, it can predict what you're going to do before you do it, man. All right. This is why it won't take as much data for it to imitate people. It doesn't take as much initial input as one might think to train the AI how a certain person interacts with the digital world. It is very convincing. An entire island of people could go missing, and with little to no downtime, the AI could take over all of their social media, and the world wouldn't have a clue that life was just continuing as usual. Right. North Korea, for instance, man. North Korea, has a firewall on their network, basically a VPN, where you really can't interact with people in North Korea unless they have a VPN outside of the firewall, right? So really, North Korea could get wiped off the map tomorrow, and nobody will notice really, except for very few people, because AI could imitate them, right? Really, nobody will really notice. AI will imitate the people that's currently living there, right? By just imitating their social media, replaying movies and things of that nature, man. Nobody will have a clue, man. People could go missing, and nobody will have a clue, man. But this is 2 Ezra 16. I'm going to jump down to verse 23. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and cities shall be cast down. There shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. The trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men. All right, this is, going into Jacob's trouble, man. But again, Jacob's trouble could be so hectic that, people won't know that what's going on. People will think that, life is going on as usual because they'll be so consumed by the virtual reality, man. The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men. Verse 27. So that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. Right? You're going to realize that you're talking to AI this whole time. Right? You're going to desire to hear another human being, but the place is going to be desolate of men, man. And this is the times that we're coming into, man. An entire island of people could go missing with little or to no downtime. The AI could take over all of their social media, and the world wouldn't have a clue that life wasn't just continuing as usual. Right? But that's really the rest of that post right there. But I'm going to wrap it up with that too. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Again, I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. And peace and salutations to the elect of Israel. Until next time, I want to say Shalom and Abad Rabal.